with me, it just makes good for conversation. Like we're just improvising and we're talking
Okay,
together.
okay.
And
So can you
what's
get us into your first topic you had written down?
yes, my first topic was bound to win is the subject topic, and the subtopic is a win. What does a win mean? What does that mean to you when you hear that? For me, it means winning in every aspect, but how we getting there to win? So that's what I'm looking at. Like something small, me just being able to get out of bed in the morning is me winning. So somebody else, it may be them trying to get a job, is them winning. So, each win is an accomplishment to something different to somebody else.
Okay,
So
so
what's your thought
I
on
want
that?
I want to spin off that answer right there. Um, because when we talk about winning, there's so many different areas in life to win in. So, and some people may put another they may put another win before others. Like some are bigger. So, can you talk about the difference between the wars and the difference between the battles?
That's a good one.
Because you can win a
Um,
battle, but you still got a war to finish. You see what I'm
well,
saying?
yeah. So with that being said, we're gonna always wake up, and there's gonna be a little bit of trial in your day. Everything is challenging. So I feel like the battle is just getting up and having another day to get to do that, to get to that win. The war is yourself. You at war with yourself. The win is gonna happen only if you putting the work in. If you're not putting the work in, war is not happening. So the battle comes every day with yourself. You fight anxiety. You fighting um, stress. You're fighting procrastination. You're fighting negative naysayers, people who don't want to see you move. Family could be your battle. Sickness could be your battle. um, Relationships can be your battle. But you got to pick what that is. But then your war is yourself, because you got to be able to overcome that. So every day you're going to have those obstacles to jump. And so, how they say faith with no work is dead. So you
Oh,
got to
hold
get
on,
up.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. So, can you talk about some? Can you talk about some battles that you have? Like, what's some big battles that you deal with on a daily basis that you gotta wake up every day and know that you're gonna fight?
I got to fight my mind, my thought process. I got to overcome um, me, which is, Duana, how bad do you want this? Like, for instance, let's say I use a job interview, because that's something that's always challenging. You think it through. I overthink things too much. And so that's my biggest battle, is overthinking. So I have to overcome that. I
Okay,
got to
I
just do
want to
it.
just add a little piece into that
Mm.
because overthinking can be a good and a bad thing. So it just depends on what area. Because some things you do have to be a little spontaneous, but other things and overthinking can actually be a good thing. But I feel like, well, I think being a deep thinker, but overthinking, I don't think is a good thing. No, I don't think overthinking is really a
Yeah,
good
because
thing. But you can go
overthinking
back to
gets
it.
in, right. Because overthinking gets in your way, and it clouds your win. Because when you overthink just to think of, let's say, the opportunities out there, but you sitting there having doubt, you letting people get in your head, you letting what you see on social media get in your head, you letting your situation of, let's say you're financially stagnant, or your finances ain't what it needs to be, but you let away, I don't know how I'm gonna get it. I don't know how I'm gonna get that money to do this. I don't know how I'm gonna get that money to do that. That is overthinking, instead of finding a solution so that you can get to that reward of winning.
That's a good
You in
point.
your head,
That's a good point.
so
Okay, so you just brought up another thing I wanted to get to. So let's get into the you brought up faith without works. Can you speak on that a little deeper?
I know that A lot of people like to say faith without works is dead. And I didn't used to believe in that. Let me tell you why. Because I used to just think that if you prayed something hard enough, it's going to happen. But that is true. But in another aspect, things is just, you don't blink your eyes and then things just happen. You got to go out there and affirm what you want in order to get what you want. And that's why I said you're bound to win. But that bound to win has like a little clause. What you're willing to do to win. Are you going to get up and work towards that thing that you want? So that's where that faith um, with work, if you don't get up and work towards it, it's not going to happen. Because just praying about it, and I'm a testimony about that. You just can't just only pray. Um, you got to get up there and put it in action. You got to affirm that. You got to put those affirmations out there. Without the affirmation and the work, it's dead. It really is.
And I would say, just to add on top of that, it's just like exactly what you said. You gotta pray on it, but you gotta also, cause God gonna do His part, and you gotta know that He ain't gonna never fail you. But um, you gotta do your part too. So it's just like anything. Like it's like you meet God through other people. So you gotta get out and make no moves. You gotta get out there and try. And my the main thing I would say about that is I feel like a lot of people are really scared to fail. You gotta be able to fail, because from the failures is where you learn to appreciate your wins, and you also, that's where you learn to win, because you gotta fall to get up and know not to trip again. But
Yeah.
the next thing was just I wanted you to kind of speak on purpose with this Bound to Win podcast. You have a purpose with this podcast. Can you speak on that?
Yeah. It's funny that you say that. Today I was talking to a COO of a major big company, production company, and one of the things we were discussing is what am I doing on my free time? And I said, well, I started a podcast. Not I was I've started a podcast and it's in motion, and um, one of my biggest gifts was to the purpose of it was to motivate and inspire, because I have people that when I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook or even on my TikTok who send me inbox messages, thanking me for my posts and the things that I talk about, and how just throughout my time, share the live for me if you're on here, please, and thank you for joining. That they talk to me about how I've inspired them, even young and old kids. Like, I've worked, developing leadership in some young kids that are going off to UCF and some big colleges. And one of the things I've noticed throughout my personal experience in life is that I'm able to talk and motivate and inspire. And I think that, people need that. Yes, there's a lot of podcasts out there, but so what? I have a gift. God has called me to do this, and this is where I'm at. I want to uplift, inspire, and let people know you're going to go through the storms. You're going to have the trials, but you got to get up and you got to keep going. You just got to keep going. You got to wake up and keep trying until you get to that win. You're bound to win if you don't give up. And the only thing that can get in your way, and I say this all the time, is death itself, because death is the end. But as long as you can get up and you can face another day, it's going to be trials. Things going to get hard. It's going to be so many curveballs, so many lows and highs. But guess what? You're bound to win as long as you don't give up. And so the purpose of the podcast is to tell you I've been there. I've walked it in my perspective, and I want you to hear it because it's relatable, and it might be something in there for you, and you might have something for someone else. And I encourage people to come on and share their testimony and their trials, because in doing so, it's going to inspire and help somebody who's having that low moment. And trust me, I've had people reach out on Facebook and TikTok and different social media platforms and tell me, girl, thank you, because I was feeling like this. I was about ready to give up, and then you sent that post, and it sparked something in me. It gave me hope. And so a lot of times we're looking at people people are losing hope. Mental health is a big situation. It's anxiety is real. Life is real. And, because people have all these great materialistic things, they still need to be motivated. They still need to be inspired, because there's a lot of unhappiness in this world, and we need to start getting happy again, inspired, and knowing that it ain't over. Get up and try. If you got another day, you're bound to win. And that's what this podcast is giving that.
Okay, can you speak on changing your mindset to become a better person and grow?
Um, that's a battle within. A mindset is on the individual to want to see and believe. But sometimes, and I've learned this working with young adults, and some of my young seniors that I got to inspire, and I'm so happy to see how well they have developed. And even within my children, is that everybody has a growth spot. So change your mind, it has to be a level of maturity in your mind. So um, some of you don't even know the gift you have until someone comes and tap you on the shoulder. And that's what God does. He sends you an angel or somebody to awaken that thing, to tell you, hey, you are great. And if you don't feel like you great, you are. And if you feel like, giving up, don't give up, because again, you're bound to win as long as you don't give up. You got to keep going. Every day ain't going to be, change that mindset. A win is a win, no matter how big or small it is. And my daughter used to tell me that. She goes, a win is a win. Even if it's a small win, you won today. And that's a true statement. It's just what you take out of that win will push you further to get for the further goal of a bigger win. But it's wins means different things to different people. Like I said, you got people in the hospital. If they could just, get out that bed and be able to take 2 steps, or sit up in that bed and be able to exhale and inhale, the things we take for granted, certain people take that as a precious win and as a precious gift. And everything that you see Bound to Win is talking about, it's what you are looking to win in life. And that's your mindset. You got to find that mindset within yourself to see and challenge your mind to overcome your negative thoughts or the negativity around you. That's a thing within, but you just need that inspirational boast, that little push, that thing that sparks your, it's good to have an ego, but not too big where it makes you too conceited. But you need somebody to say, hey, you good enough, you gonna win. Encouragement, more say. And so that's what Bound to Win and change your mindset. Your mindset is a big thing. Is they say what you think is what you're gonna project. So be careful what you say, what you speak over your life. Take out those negative affirmations. When people say the tongue is a powerful thing, it really is. Be careful what you speak over your life, and be careful what you allow people to speak over your life, because the tongue is a powerful thing. Okay? So that's what that means to me. Give me a second. Let me see what's going on. Let me reinvite my my co-host. But Bound to Win is just that.
Okay, so
So while you're kind of lagging there, I will also say that again. I'm just gonna retrack a little bit. The tongue is a powerful thing, so be careful what you speak, what you think, and what you allow people and their energy. Low vibrations. That's another thing. You got to get rid of low vibrations. You got to um, be don't allow those type of energies to come into your space, because those things do delay you in your win, because what's for you is going to find you, but it might delay you based on the energy and your mindset and the people you let in your space. So keep that when you're thinking about Bound to Win. you know People got to look at a win is a win, big or small. Join the live, share, uh, click on my YouTube, go on that YouTube link on Bound to Win page, and link in the bio. Subscribe, like, and share. Again, this is something that God has laid on my heart to do. I've always told I was great at it, and it's nothing like doing this. I love it. I mean, whether y'all tap in or not, it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna keep at it. But I encourage you guys. It's gonna be feeding um, your spirit and your soul, and just making your day better. So I'm hoping to inspire and uplift, and see y'all grow inspirationally, and put more positive feeds in the world. We looking at too much going on, and um, we're losing too many young people because their mindset ain't right. And I feel like if we in with this Bound to Win, if they only knew they're going to win and they don't have to do all this crazy stuff to win, and all they need is the right person at the right time to inspire them a little bit, encourage them, and motivate them, and put light and take darkness out. That's what Bound to Win is about. That's what Bound to Win is about. So I encourage you guys, again, go to my YouTube and click on
You
the
can get
bio.
into your other topics you have
Hmm.
written down on your list. Is our host with us?
A gift box. A gift box meaning that God has put something special in each one of us. Each one of us have a gift, um, but we got to tap into that. We might not be good with our hands, but we might be good motivators. We might be good at fixing cars. You might be good at playing sports. How are you going to use that gift to help you win, and also to help somebody else, win at what they are trying to achieve, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. One thing about a gift, it can't stay for yourself. It's almost like a blessing. You got to share it, right? I don't know if I lost you. I kind of had a
I'm here.
rebuttal.
I'm
What do you think of it?
listening.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
So I think one thing about the gift box that God gives each human being, which some people find that gift, some people never do because they're not willing to get out of their head, or stop overthinking, or changing their mindset. But if you find that gift, and that purpose is revealed to you, that's your Bound to Win. Is your purpose. Your purpose is your Bound to Win, your gift box to give to someone else, or lift someone else and inspire someone else. Again, this is all about motivational, inspirational, um, and blessing someone else's life, because we got too many of y'all young people, and even some of our older gens, they mindset ain't right, and we losing too many people over a lot of unnecessary life. These young lives are being lost, and I think they're misguided. And so I think we need to be spreading more inspiration and positivity, especially in our youth. And it's not about color, because it's in our Black American, it's in our Hispanic community, it's in our white community, it's everywhere. It's just like almost like a pandemic that's just spreading viral. And my goal is to help people find that gift box. The more people I can't change the world, but I just want to be out there putting some positive inspiration out there. That's my goal.
Okay. Cause this Bound to Win podcast, correct?
Yep, it is. And we're
Okay,
going to
so
be talking about a
can
lot.
we talk about on the business aspect of winning? Cause we had a conversation about it's not personal, it's business. So can you talk about that a little bit?
It's not personal, it's business. I think it's the other way. I think it's more passion, and the business part will come. Because when you look at this podcast, I have been wanting to do this for so long, and I put it aside because of fear, because of procrastination, because of overthinking, because I felt like so many people are doing this. But God kept putting in my heart, I want you to go out and do it, because the gift that I've given you is 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 just as good as the ones that are doing it. And so, um, Bound to Win is more of an
Hold
uplifting.
on.
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. I want to be clear because I didn't really even ask you a question.
Okay.
What I'm asking you is, um, like, well, what I'm asking you to speak on is in a sense of a business, because this is Bound to Win. So, if you have a business
Oh,
and
I'm sorry. I'm
your
sorry.
goal
I'm sorry. Yes.
it's me because I didn't ask my question directly. If you have a business and your goal is to be successful with your business, you to win with your business, because I'm sure you're not making a business to lose, right? So
Hmm.
if you're trying to win with your business, like, I just wanted you to speak on the business aspect of like, just in general, like, it's because
Are you
if you
speaking
don't.
in terms of entrepreneuring, like
Yes,
entrepreneurs
right,
who are there with
right. Because
businesses?
I know for sure that it's a lot of people out there that have businesses, and like, they're trying to figure out a way to get their business to boom. So
Okay,
that's why
that's a
I wanted to talk about the aspect of, we had our family on the tour for TV, and it got a little bit heated, um, and we had talks, like, it's not if we're gonna be 100% honest, it's not for everybody. So that's why I wanted you to get into that. Like, it's not personal, it's business. So if things don't work out to where a person could be involved in your business, that don't necessarily mean, it's a personal thing. It's a business at the end of the day.
okay. Um, so you want me to put um Bound to Win to make it, just asking how relatable it is to small businesses and big businesses and people who are trying to win in that aspect. I just want to be clear. I just want to clarify a little bit more on what you're
No,
asking.
well, what I really want, I'm just speaking on what I wanted to speak on. Like, it's just like, we being honest. Like, some people could go and some can't. That's just what it is. Like, everybody is not going to be able to come with you on your journey.
Oh
You see
yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely. I agree with
That's
that. So
that's basically
yeah.
what I was trying to get into, because it's like, you trying to win out here, so you got to know that. You got to know that and also understand it. But I just wanted to get your perspective on that too.
Yeah, oh, that's I'm glad you brought that up. So like me and you talk very candid, and I like to improv. So with that being said, yeah, your journey, you're gonna have to leave a lot of people behind. Not everybody gonna end up with you to the top. So when you're trying to bound the win and you starting a new business, that's the time you actually see people true colors to me, right? Either you're gonna have those who are going to.
You want to get closer to your mic, host. You want to get closer to your mic. We can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
So your journey in Bound to Win when relating to uh, opening a business and becoming an entrepreneur. Yes, not everybody. Some of the people you're gonna want to bring with you to the top ain't gonna be able to go with you, and that's the
And that's
best way I
true.
can put it.
And
I,
and,
I
and
can put it.
not to chop you off on that, but that's not even only in business. That could be in anything, any goal you're trying to achieve.
Hmm.
Everybody can't, and most paths that you take with God is going to be alone. So I just wanted to add that.
And
But
and
go
the
ahead.
most challenging part you're gonna see is family. It's gonna be those people that you can't take with you.
Right.
And it's sad to say, but family is sometimes your worst enemy. And you have to decipher what how bad you want to win, because You know, you can have a great idea, but the wrong people in your corner trying to help you to get there, especially if you're trying to open a business, right? Let's say you're trying to open a t-shirt business or a clothing line. You're gonna have a lot of naysayers, you're gonna have onlookers, and you're gonna have people that support you but with a little bit of envy and jealousy in their heart for you. So, you know, those things will come to light for you. And sometimes the worst enemy is your family or the person most closest to you. And it's okay, because everybody can have a position, but maybe not in that specific role. They can cheer for you on the outside, and some people ain't gonna believe in your vision. So you got to understand, those people who don't see your vision in your bound to win moments, you got to leave them at the door. It might be people that are very near and dear to you. Like, again, it could be your mom, it could be your sister, it could be your cousin, it could even be your brother. You understand what I mean? You can't bring everybody to the top with you, and not everybody's going to be for you in that moment, and some people going to hold you back for your bound to win, because you're going to get there, but depending on how long it takes you will be determined on how bad you want it, and the people you carrying, that extra dead weight that you carrying with you to get there, that ain't really trying to inspire you and really push you forward into that goal.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about just energy in general, like receiving energy, getting energy, keeping the right energy around you?
Oh my goodness. I believe in high vibrations. People don't realize how somebody's low vibration, which means somebody having a bad day or just nasty, just to be nasty, can shift your whole perspective, your whole day. Let's say you was happy and you was focused and on point and ready to get into something that's great. Let's say, even if it was like, let's go back to the business part, and you had a great idea, and then the wrong person with low vibration of energy come and put some negativity in your ear, boom, that's it. So that motivation you had in that day, you were so inspired to move forward with your idea, your energy is now shifted, because that is been transformed, transported from that person to you. So, you know, transmit, just like transmittable of anything. You know, people come in, they shake your hand. That energy now is in you, and you can't shake it off. But you got to learn how to shake it off. And like I always tell people, be careful of low vibration of energy, and letting people transfer their energy. That's the word I was trying to use. I'm sorry, people. Is letting people transfer their negative vibrations on you. You got to be able to avoid that by all
I
counts.
ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
Just to add, that happened to me very recently, and that's exactly what happened. It was something. I ain't gonna get deep into the situation, but it was just something going on with a between a guy and um his counterpart. I'll just say that, and I guess she believed that she was trying to get physical, but I seen him. He was very mad, like because, like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep in the situation, but basically he had an energy on him, and with me trying to calm him down, like literally after I finished calming him down, I got that same energy. Like I got very mad. I got very mad, and I kind of got into an argument with my cousin about it, but I just told him I apologized to my cousin after I calmed down, and then I just told my cousin, like, man, I gotta stay away from this guy because he just put that same energy. He put it straight. Literally, that was a direct transfer of energy.
Yeah. So you got to be careful um, with low vibration, um, because that is so important. And it's a thing that says, too, you don't shake everybody's hand, because they will transfer their energy to you, and you don't want that. So be careful with shaking people's hand and letting people with low vibration energy come and transfer that over to you, because it does affect you. But you have to know how to turn that around, too, because certain energies are going to be avoidable, certain ones won't be. But again, when you're bound to win and you're prayed up, and you have people that are prayed up in your life, and you pray about, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, those things also help you to be able to kind of shake off those negative energies that try to transfer into you, you know?
All right, can you speak on like just gratitude in general, and being grateful for what you have, because you do gotta um be a pre you they God say the ones who have will receive more, and I think that goes over a lot of people's heads, because you gotta before it comes, you gotta know it in your mind. So that's what they say, the mindset of being rich. Well, most people really don't have the mindset of being rich. So before it touches your hand, it gotta touch your mind.
But to me, um, rich could be rich in wisdom, rich in knowledge, rich in finance, rich in um, the ability to do things that others can't. So yes, gratitude is a big thing, and being grateful and giving thanks to the Most High, because everything that I do, I'm not religious, but I do believe in God, and I consider myself very spiritual and connected to my Creator. So nothing that I don't do, they say, whatever you do, whatever you ask God, is between you and God. So when you pray, you always give thanks first. Before you ask him for anything, you want to thank him first. And that's where gratitude comes in, is acknowledging that God is your most high, and that he is the one that provides, and he is the one that gives, and you're going out and coming in, all the little simple things, the things we see and we don't see, the blessings, the peace and the grace that we receive, just being able to avoid certain tragedies and dramas and incidents in our life that could have, been very fatal to us, whether it be prison, jail, hospitalization, um, and even death. So gratitude is a big thing. Giving thanks to God is a big thing to me, and learning how to be grateful for the small things. So that prepares you for the big things later in life, which again is you're bound to win. The things that you're bound to win in life, you know, things can change at a drop of a dime. So whenever you're grateful and you're thankful, that's where good things always come out of any bad situation, because, you know, not every bad situation is met. They say no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and what the enemy means for evil, God turns it for good. Those are strong statements, because even if you're in a bad situation, you're in a storm, God's hands are still upon you. So giving thanks and being grateful is important in every situation, and having gratitude and being humble. But sometimes you can't humble yourself too much, because your enemy, certain people out there always want you to humble yourself, humble yourself. Yes, that is true, but also keep in mind just gratitude and thanksgiving always first, always first. In any situation, you woke up to this morning, that's you got to give thanks. You was able to take 2 steps, give thanks. Your lungs are functioning, give thanks. Your heart is still beating, give thanks. Those little small things you might look at as being simple and small, but that's big, because some people didn't wake up this morning. Somebody's heart didn't beat this morning. Somebody's brain didn't wake up, their eyes didn't open. Those are huge blessings, and to be gratitude and thanks for. And always know your situation may not be as bad as you think, because there's someone always, I was always told, that is going through something worse than you. So always keep that in mind, in your bound to win journey, is that you gonna win. Just gratitude, mindset, and thanksgiving always. Those are the things that you got to really be mindful of and thankful of. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? Oh, is there any other topics that you want to touch on about the podcast or Bound to Win that I didn't, kind of give more clarification into why this is so important and where we're going with this and how much it ain't gonna always be, Bound to Win. I want it to be inspiring. I want it to be funny sometimes. But tonight was just to come on and give more clarification about it. But it's inspiring. I want funny moments because life ain't always so serious. I want us to joke. I want to be improv most of the time. I don't want it to be like one of my goals with my podcast is to improv, to have people call in and do have my key points of what I want to talk about. I want to promote small businesses, bring on poets and different people who have things that they want to inspire people with their gift. So Bound to Win is going to open up when this is what the live is about, allowing you to come on and talk about your own personal experiences, your businesses, things that you're challenged and you find hard, things you've overcome, things you need to overcome, because your story is going to help somebody else. I don't know if you're trying to say something. Give me a second to get you back on. I don't know. You look like you're, I am, but you're not coming on. Give me a second. So again, for me personally, again, like I was saying, another thing that I want to bring into topic is that I want you guys that are coming in and tapping in is to share, to really go ahead and share the lives. Go on the bio, click on YouTube, Bound to Win, share, follow, like, and also be ready to come on. I want to hear from you guys out here. I want y'all to come on and talk about some things that y'all struggling with to Bound to Win, or some things that you guys have overcome. I want some testimonies. I want to hear some stories from my viewers about things that they have won in, and that you can share that with the audience so that they too will have hope and that they can win. Your business ideas, your struggles, how did you overcome it? What was the challenges that you went through to overcome, you know, the negative or the storm or the trials of negativity or the financial part, you know, you know, give some story and some real testimony out there so we can help other people, how you got yourself out of a bad situation, car accidents, avoiding jail, avoiding hurting someone else. How do you balance your goals to win without being so distracted? How do you out there, I want to hear from my viewers, challenge yourself to get out of your head sometimes and stop overthinking. How do you deal with your anxieties on a day-to-day basis? And how do you close out all those extra voices in your head and people chattering in the background? Those are the things I want to bring to the front of Bound to Win. And that's where I'm at with that. But I don't have any other topics per se. I don't know if you have any more topics, but I was just improv.
I want you to go into your topics.
I don't have. I spoke on all my topics. One was to introduce new businesses, allowing our viewers to come on and give testimony and speak. I want to be able to promote some new entrepreneurs.